Welcome back to Planet Podcast. It is the end of the day on Friday, May 20th. We're going to talk about the fire sale going on in the stock market. But first, check out the links below in the description if you want to learn how to make money in a fire sale like we have going on right now. You can use Webull, TD Ameritrade. If you want to use Robinhood, you can. I ain't going to hold it against you. Also, if you want some merch, I sell all kinds of merch. If you need t-shirts and apparel, TMF Apparel always sponsors the podcast. So check it out in the links below. All right, folks, what we have here today is the SPY, the S&P 500 ETF index. Look at this bad boy. Look, it opened up today kind of green, like 1.5% up. I woke up, I looked at my chart, and I was like, that's interesting. Wonder what's going on. And then guess what? Fire sale, fire sale. It hit a low of 380, a 52-week low. Mind you, the lowest it has been all year. What was the reason for that? Well, probably had a little bit to do with Joe Biden coming out saying he's going to give $40 billion to Ukraine. I know we're all for having ourselves a little infrastructure bill and building some roads and bridges. I just kind of thought maybe he would do it in America. But he's going to send it over there, which obviously the market did not like and respond to well. We had multiple large cap stocks bleed out all day long, and the overall support zone off the low was 380, and we did see a significant bounce from 380 back up to where you see the close here at 389, and even into the after hours there at 390, which is a pretty significant bounce on the day. To go from 393 to 380 back to 390 is a huge move on the S&P. Now, if you were to have shorted this from the top, you'd have made some pretty big gains. So we're going to go over what those gains may have been in just a second. Let's move over to the other one that was big on my radar today. If you watch the channel, Tesla. I normally stay away from Tesla. But what happened to Tesla today? Well, Tesla hit not a 52-week low, but it's the lowest I've seen it in a long time. Huge move today. Tesla was down at one point like $80 a share off the open. It's insane. So what caused this drop? How can you profit from this drop? And where does Tesla go from here? Well, what caused it is Elon Musk starting mad shit on Twitter. He's basically just putting everything out there and attacking people in power, people in far left. It is coming back to haunt him. They have launched a little, we'll say it, a little smear campaign to say that there was a woman that, claimed he sexually assaulted her or exposed himself, I guess, on a flight. That was the news today, but also people just shorten the hell out of it. It dropped significantly. Now, I normally don't trade Tesla because the premiums on Tesla go absolutely bonkers. You can be up 100%, down to zero in candlesticks. It is absolutely crazy. So off the bell, we did take a Tesla put, a 680 put. It cost about around two and change, something like that. $2-3 or somewhere. I think it was maybe 280, and we took profit on the way down, on the first leg down. Now, we don't typically see Tesla move this drastically on a 0 day, so we got out of it, right? Looking back, if we want to look back at what that would have been, that is actually kind of disturbing. So if we have a look over here at the old options chart on the puts, and this one's actually, it's not even going to let me show it up here for some reason. I don't know why it's not pulling it up. Let me pause this. All right, there we go. The 680 put strike. Won't let me go there. Whatever. It cleared the day at like $1,800 a contract. And at one point was well over $3,000 a contract, which is, in layman's terms, a lot. Easily 10x your money. 100% gains turned into 1,000% gains on this play. So we got in and out of Tesla. And then we actually ended up shorting Tesla again on the second leg down. And that position, again, $2.40 contract, I think peaked out about almost $20 a contract on the way down. Insane gains. In the Discord, OBR, link in the description, big gains. Guys were hitting 1,000%, 2,000% trades today on Tesla, SPX, SPY. I don't think any of the guys took Apple, but all of these companies took a massive hit. And that really does kind of enter us into the bear market territory. Now, we've already been bearish, right? SPY below 400 is bearish. SPY moving down to 380 is very, very bearish. But if you're going to play these, be aware that the premiums get absolutely wrecked on these volatility moves. But how do you make money in a bear market? Well, the answer to that is pretty simple. You buy puts, you play the downside, you play options to the downside, which is basically shorting the stock. Basically saying, I bet you that sucker's going to go down. That's what we're doing here. We're waging wager against someone else's equity. Now, if you're holding equity, how do you make money in a bearish market? You are going to want to sell covered calls, sell covered puts if you have enough equity. Now, obviously, holding 100 shares of these would be a little bit on the expensive side. But if you do have shares of other stocks, say you were holding Wish or AMC or any of these things where you've amassed yourself up a good amount of shares over the last year or two in your portfolio, 100 shares of AMC right now is $1,200, and you can easily sell covered calls and covered puts. And we can cover that in other videos. There's a lot of them on the internet to kind of help you with that. If you are looking at your 401k and wondering why your 401k is actually burning into the ground, it's because the market is still burning into the ground, and there's nothing that they can do to stop the burn, the bleed. It's going to continue. I've said this several times before on the channel, in the live streams, that until there is a resolution to fuel and we can solve some of the nation's crisis that we live in, the market is going to continue to bleed. There's no economic news to say otherwise, right? Interest rates are going to go up, money printers turned off, fuel is through the roof, food is through the roof, housing is through the roof, everything is elevated. Inflation is high. With inflation this high and there's no way to control spend, market's going to go down, especially when you take, $40 billion, send it to another country, right? $40 billion into the market would move the market a pretty good amount. So we can look at all the distractions with Elon Musk and Twitter. We can look at the distractions with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. We can look at all of these things floating around us on a daily basis and watch your money burn away, right? Where did it go? Somewhere else. But meanwhile, there are people out there every day opening up their Simple Webull trading platform, their TD, their Robinhood, and they are making money in a bear market. So if you'd like to do that, leave a comment, like and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you in the green.